Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to talk a little bit more about Rogue Trader, and I feel like I need to issue a retraction, apology, a statement admitting that I kind of fucked up. So, a while ago we had the stuff about Kill Team, and it was like, okay, cool, great, Kill Team's coming back, it looks like they're putting a lot of effort into it, that's grand. Then there was a bunch of leaked images for something called Rogue Trader, which was awesome, and the follow-up images that Games Workshop gave us looked great, looked really impressive, but the way that it was presented was kind of weird, it was kind of off, and it sort of gave the impression, at least to me, and in fairness to quite a lot of other people as well, I think, that Rogue Trader was going to be its own game. That we'd had Kill Team announced, and, you know, Kill Team is a skirmish game set in the 41st millennium, blah blah blah, and that there was also going to be Rogue Trader, which was going to be its own thing, which was weird, because that too would be like a skirmish game. The scenery that was shown in the Kill Team trailer didn't match up with the stuff that we saw from the Rogue Trader leaks and the ensuing images, and so I kind of assumed, as did many others, hey, this is two separate games. I mean, we even did a video, we talked about the fact that, is that too many? Like, are we seeing too many skirmish games? Maybe there are too, maybe not. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there is ever such thing as too many skirmish games or entryways into 40k, which was the gist of that video. But it turns out all of that was wrong. Completely wrong, because the Rogue Trader thing is just part of Kill Team. There was an image that was leaked yesterday, I believe, at some point, and it would appear that, yeah, it's just part of Kill Team. Now, what I'm assuming from this is that it's going to be like the starter set. That's the kind of basis that I'm going on. I feel like that would make the most sense, that Kill Team will come out, it will obviously have its own dedicated rule set, you will be able to make, you know, forces from other armies that can play Kill Team, you know, you'll have all the rules to support that, you know, build up your own little squads and so on. But actually getting into it, there will be a starter set that has the rules, that has a bit of terrain, that has some of the tiles that you play on, and that will be based around Rogue Trader. Now that's cool, I quite like that. Actually having a reason to pick up a Kill Team box, I approve of that. And honestly, the models in there looked really, really good. They looked really interesting. I'm assuming that we're seeing like a Rogue Trader team versus a Chaos team. But to be honest, there's so much variation and there are so many interesting things on the opposing team that it could be like some sort of abomination mutant situation going on, supposed to be strictly chaos, although chaos does seem likely. Really though, the interesting bit is the actual Rogue Trader team itself. And see, at the moment we are lacking like a dedicated Inquisition thing. There is not really much going on with the Inquisition side of the Imperium, and dedicated models for a Rogue Trader faction could, to me at least, be an indicator that we might be seeing like an Imperial Agents thing coming out later in the year. I would obviously, we've got Genestealer Cults, we've got Orcs, we've got Space Wolves coming up, and we've already seen some models and some leaks. I'm not counting that Orc model as a leak, because that's not a leak, that's just, from what I can see, that is just a one-man effort. Some dude who's got some skills just made it, and that's as far as it goes. But the actual Rogue Trader models and stuff, I would like to think that this will be like a joint thing, that we'll, you know, we'll have this stuff come out for Kill Team, it'll be the Kill Team starter box, and that we will see like an Agents of the Imperium or something similar codex coming out later, because it's, you know, it's very underserved at the moment. There's not a lot going on with that side of the Imperium. It would also flesh out the lists quite a bit for that. It's interesting because I'm kind of in a way looking forward to seeing what can come of it, but at the same time really hopeful that it's not something that is squandered, you know? The models that we saw for Rogue Trader are, I think some of the most interesting things that Games Workshop's done for a bit, and I'm counting in that, like the crazy sea elves and all of that shit. They have a look about them that is both, you know, comfortably 40k, but also quite out of left field. Like it's an interesting mix of what I would consider to be like older style designs, like from the age of 40k in general, the tabletop game, not just like in universe. I'd really like to see them do more with it, and this would be like a perfect setup for that. Like actually having that faction arrive and then be, you know, worked into a new codex would be really cool. It does somewhat make a couple of other pictures that we've seen recently, it doesn't like put them into question, but it's surprising to me because I was pretty sure that the leaked images we saw of the Genestealer Cults guy with the 2 pistols, McCree, alien McCree, basically. I know McCree only had 1 pistol. Who cares? And the Genestealer Cults aberrants, I honestly kind of had those pegged as being part of a kill team box. I really thought that that would be like some sort of mix that we'd see some kind of Genestealer Cults versus whoever as part of the Kill Team release, that it would be on a similar timeline. But then, you know, we had the Kill Team announcement and it was like, oh, okay, well that unless they do like a weird staggered release for Genestealer Cult stuff, but that seems unlikely. That kind of explains it now. We've got we've had the announcement that the Kill Team stuff will be coming out this month, and now we know what Rogue Trader actually is, that it is part of that box. Thinking about it, although I said at the time when I originally thought that it was going to be its own skirmish game, at the time I was like, I don't really see a problem with it. I think it, as I said, you know, more entry points into 40k is not a bad thing in my opinion. This does make more sense. This does make more sense. Releasing 2 products that compete with each other, and especially given that Rogue Trader was clearly like all done. Like the images were there, everything was set. It was just they were leaked, and then Games Workshop did what they always do, which is follow up with a proper video or an article. I kind of do think it makes more sense this way. It's a really good way to shift the Kill Team box, frankly, because there will be people who are maybe not interested in Kill Team who will look at that and go, okay, well I want the Chaos side of that because I can do anything with that. Or you want the Rogue Trader side of that, or both. Those people who were interested in Kill Team to begin with now have an extra incentive to pick up the box instead of just picking up the rules, because of course you will get some fancy shiny new shit to go along with it. Again, I think they're doing a pretty decent job with it. Again, I'm now finding that the Games Workshop releases are like 99% hit and like 1% miss, and even that 1% is just down to usually just a lack of stuff, as opposed to the things they're releasing being bad. It's like, I wanted this to be more. I mean, that's the Xenos codexes, I would fall into the 1% miss, but only because I looked at them and was like, I prefer to see more models from these. Yeah, it definitely makes a lot more sense this way, and to be honest, I would be really interested to know how many people are going to pick this up based off this. Like, how many people weren't bothered about Kill Team or weren't intending on getting any sort of starter box, or, you know, didn't really have their eye on it at all, who are now looking at it and going, now I wasn't bothered, but I really like those Rogue Trader models, especially if there is the potential for something more to come of it. What I would personally do, although I'm not any sort of marketing expert, I'm just an idiot who buys all this shit, I'd be very tempted if there was such a thing as like an Agents of the Imperium Codex on the way, after the current lot are out of the way, obviously. It'd be so easy to leak a picture, maybe 2, of that codex and an entry within that codex for Rogue Traders. It'd be so easy to do it, and I would imagine there would be a significant number of people, especially those going, you know, who've been in this hobby for like as long as it's been going, who would probably look at that stuff and be like, okay, I'm gonna need to spend all of the fucking money on that right now. Give it to me. I could see that being quite an interesting way to do it, and quite an easy way to get a bit of buzz going. But for now, you know, even if that doesn't turn out to be the case, even if there is no, you know, roll in for a new codex that would feature the same models, it's a good way to do it. Reducing it down to a sensible number of skirmish games rather than doing 2, which, yeah, it would have been weird. I would have understood it, but it still would have been weird. I can see this shifting a lot more. I think it's a good call, and to be honest, I really am going to have to try hard to resist getting the box. And let's face it as well, it means the box is going to have that dog in it. You know that so many people are going to buy it for the dog. That little dog that you get, that's going to drive sales massively. That should be its own poll. How many people are going to buy this box just for the dog and sell everything else? Maybe not even sell it, just keep it. Like a guardian regiment for the dog. Anyway, that is what Rogue Trader is, it turns out. Not its own separate thing. It's just a kill team thing. But that's kind of cool and that works as well, so that's fine. Yeah, are you interested in this now? Were you bothered about Kill Team before? Was this like tipped you over? Are you still not bothered about Kill Team, but you want the Rogue Trader models, or the whatever they are on the other side, the Chaos Mutant Freak guys? Let me know in the comments down below, and in the meantime, feel free to click any of the things, video, Patreon, subscribe, all of that shit. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to, and I will see you for the next one. Toodaloo.